Hi there. We want your girlfriend's experience to be the best it can be. Did you know that you can increase the picture quality on YouTube? Let's change the quality to 4K. That's super clear, ultra high definition video. I'll walk you through it step by step. Move your mouse over the video or tap the screen if you're on a phone or tablet, and you'll see some buttons appear. On a computer, click the little gear icon in the bottom right corner of the video. In the YouTube app for phone or tablet, tap the little gear icon in the top corner of the video. Next, click or tap the button that says Quality. This shows you the video options. Look for the one that says 2160p 4K and select it. That's the highest quality, nice and sharp. Watching in 4K uses more of your internet bandwidth and can potentially slow your connection. If you are having issues with your video, you can always go back and choose a lower video quality. That's it. Now you're watching in the best quality possible.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Three Things Live. Hi, Cheri.
Hi, Kris.
Oh my goodness, I love your sweater.
Thank you.
It could be flowers. It could be shamrocks.
It could be. It's the sweater for all seasons.
Even better. I love it. So cute. We're so happy to be here. Happy to have you here. Welcome to Three Things Live. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Three Things Live. I'm Kris here at my girlfriend's quilt shop, and I am so excited for today because we have one of those projects that looks really difficult, and I don't know if we've actually shown how to do it before, but today's the day, guys. So if you're looking for something that looks difficult but is actually very simple to make with a lot of history behind it, then you are tuned in to the right show today. And I've got my friends Suzanne and Cheri to help me do just that. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing, Kris?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Doing well. I'm so glad the weather cooperated for you guys today. I was a little nervous last night. The snow was coming down, but not today. It's beautiful. The sun is shining.
We
It's
just
pretty
had rain.
wonderful, right?
Yeah. We just had rain.
Just a little bit of rain, huh?
Did you get snow?
We did get snow. The rain turned to snow. Are you trying to rub that in? You know, I keep trying to tell her it would sure be convenient if you lived up here, right?
I did for a long time.
You did. You said, can't do the snow. Can't do it, right?
No, we still get snow, but there's times like that where I'm like, ooh,
It's
that's
kind of
nice.
nice being down south.
But the mountains were beautiful this morning on the way up.
They were
I look
gorgeous.
over and Suzanne's taking pictures out the window.
They were so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, they certainly
They
are
almost
right
look
now.
fake. You know, it's
They
just
almost look fake, like a postcard.
painting, yeah.
Someone did mention the other day, I was catching the replay from one of the shows, and someone mentioned that, oh, your background looks like a postcard. And I've had people even question whether the backdrop of of our theme 2 is real.
What filter is that? I need that filter.
It's real. It's the real deal, folks.
Yeah,
and it's
it's
absolutely
gorgeous.
beautiful here in Cache Valley right now. All right. Well, friends, today we're going to talk about the cathedral block. And this is one of those blocks that was actually born, if you will, in the 1930s during the Great Depression, is kind of when they are dating it back to. Visually it's been around for years and years and years and years and years, right? Because we've seen it in beautiful cathedrals. European architecture is where we see it, right? But as a quilt block in and of itself, that came in the 1930s. And I think it was because, there were so many quilt blocks that were done with scraps. It was done with what you had. And the cathedral window was a perfect way to display beautiful scraps of fabric, right?
Right.
Well, and I think how many of those people were sitting in their church services going, that would make a really cool quilt.
You know what? Isn't that the truth? Wherever we go.
You would think of that.
Wherever we go, we see those things.
Yes.
I know.
Sometimes, not TMI, but come on, you guys, you got to be honest with me. Have you ever sat in a bathroom stall, looked down at the floor, and went, that would be a great quilt block? Am I right?
Yes, lots of floors, not just the bathroom.
We were driving in today, and I'm looking at, she's driving, and I'm watching outside, and I'm looking at the Cafe Rio right there. It has that cool blue painting,
Oh, it does.
and I think, I
yes.
could really totally do something with that, because it's it looks like a mandala,
Yes, that
It's
is
so cool,
true.
I thought.
Well, we really do see these kinds of visuals popping up everywhere. And when we start looking around, we go, wow, oh yeah, that is inspired by a cathedral window block, right? So let's take a look at some of the pictures that we were able to pull together. Obviously, the cathedral window is the inspiration, right?
Yes.
You have the small bits of color in different little shapes and forms, and then it's kind of like this stained glass effect. And so really what it tells us is it's like light shining through, and so there's a lot of symbolism actually behind the cathedral window.
Wow.
Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be the cathedral window as a circle by itself. We see it in lots of different ways. So you're seeing it here in furniture. Here's another visual of a stained glass. Again, when we talk about the tiles, the
Look
floor
at that
tiles.
floor.
Oh my goodness,
Yummy.
isn't that gorgeous?
I love the view of it too.
Oh, same.
I love that.
Stunning. Love the light coming through. I love what Dee shares in the comments. She said there are many old universities in the area. When I take a good look at them, I see many quilt blocks.
Look,
I
this
would
is
say
cinder
that's
block.
true.
That's just cinder block.
Right? When I saw that, I went, you know what, you guys? That is a cathedral window
It's
in
the
itself.
perfect shape.
Isn't it? Yeah. And then Cheri, tell us about some of these pictures we're seeing.
So the one we just saw and the next one are from a cathedral I went to in Ireland. And when I walked in, of course it's beautiful and there's all these big glasses, but when I went to walk out, the lighting on the opposite side was amazing. So this is what it looked like. But then as soon as you kind of got in front of it and that light came through,
Wow.
it just makes them so stunning to really pop those
It's
colors.
so true.
And it was like right there, I could touch it.
Oh my goodness. I love what Barb also shares in the comments. Abby, could I see more of that for just a moment? She said that my grandma made a quilt, quilt, curtains, and a vanity runner in Cathedral Window, and no two scraps were the same.
What?
She used all scraps from all of our old clothes and other quilts. I wish I had a picture of it. I do have the cardboard templates and step outs of how to do it that she gave me, but I've always been afraid to try, even though I love the pattern. Barb, that is so intriguing. Oh my goodness. Wow.
A little bit of family history there,
A
just
little bit of
awesome.
family history, absolutely. And, I think Barb, echoes what we were talking about when we say that, they used small scraps, they used what they had. That's exactly what Barb's mom was doing, or her grandmother was doing, with grabbing parts of their old clothes and putting it into that. And I love the fact that not one scrap was the same.
It was like I Spy quilts before I Spy quilts were a thing. I bet she spent hours looking at it.
True, exactly. And the fact that she still, remembers it to this day. Barb, I'm feeling for you. I wish you had a picture of that.
I wish you had it.
Yeah.
Like,
that would
where did that go?
What a treasure, right?
Yeah.
So I'd love to know in the comments if you have ever done a cathedral window block. What was your experience like? Have you done it the traditional method or perhaps in a new, more efficient method, I'd like to ask. And, or here's another question. Have you always admired the look of it, but weren't quite sure if that's something you could pull off? Well, today, my friends, we're going to share with you some of the easiest ways to pull off the look of that without necessarily having to do the cardboard, as Barb's grandmother had done, right? And we're going to make it so easy and simple for you. And then be sure to stick around for theme number 3 because Suzanne is going to show us and give us the answer to what one thing, if you make this change, this one change in your block, how it changes the whole look. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for you guys to see what it is. We'll be back in just a moment.
So what you will need for this project is you will need to have some fabric, of course.
Right.
You get to choose
Your
what.
choice.
On your pattern, there's a template. I will just draw that right on there and cut it out. Then with heat transfer vinyl, you'll adhere that to your fabric.
Right.
Then you're ready to put in the zipper. You're gonna take the 2 pieces and you're gonna sandwich the zipper in between those 2 pieces. And I'm gonna stitch 1/4 of an inch along the raw edges right up here, okay? I'm gonna do that on both sides and I'm gonna fold them out and then top stitch along here. So I'm gonna put my little tabs on at this point. So this is gonna become your gusset part of your bag. Voila! Just make sure you sew your right sides together. Then I will go and do the other side. Then you are ready to go catch some bugs and have a home for them.
But it also gives yourself a sense of confidence. Remember, 3 Things Live is where we always have something to make you smile,
Something to learn.
and something to discover.
A round of applause. Way to go. Yes, absolutely.
Let's go.
Welcome back to 3 Things Live. I'm Kris.
I'm Cheri.
I'm Suzanne.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes I just think Shelby should just be over here with her iPhone recording all the behind the scenes of what happens to get all 3 of us at the same level. All right, you guys. Too funny. Oh, too funny. All right, folks. So we've been teasing about the cathedral window. We've been teasing about how we can make it a little bit easier, a little bit simpler, and we've kind of done all of the above, right, Cheri?
Yes, it is so fun. It's like so intimidating to look at, but you are going to be a superstar when you do this.
Okay.
I know I am one
cannot
already.
wait.
Yes,
I
I
cannot
know.
wait. Well, show us the pillow that we're making.
So this one here is kind of our inspiration because this is what we have a kit for. So we'll put it right there.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the kit.
Beautiful.
And we wanted to show you how to do this because you're going to get that pattern and you're going to go, But it is so doable.
Really?
I just
Yes.
no, seriously.
Doesn't even trust me.
I just want to say, I hope people take, I realize that it looks hard, but
Yeah.
I promise you, a little bit of time spent doing this, you are going to love it.
Well,
I love doing it.
I will say this about the cathedral window. This is one of those projects that it's not going to be fast necessarily because you're not chain piecing. Like we're so used to just chain piecing and strip cutting and all of those things,
it's
right?
It's not traditional quilting at all.
This is a very different, unique way of doing this.
But in
isn't
a
it?
way, it's a little bit more relaxing, I think.
Ah, okay. I think that is key.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's not matching points and all
Right.
of this. There's, I don't know.
You can just relax and,
Yeah.
and enjoy the process, perhaps.
Yeah.
I know Connie shares in the comments that her mom had handmade a quilt-sized cathedral window quilt. By hand.
How many years?
Yeah. And that was the
Decades.
traditional way. It was while her dad was recovering from heart surgery.
Which is a good thing to do because you're like, I'm just here, probably in the hospital.
Yeah.
Just
Connie,
hand sewing.
she has it on her guest bedroom bed. Connie, will you do me a favor and take a picture and post that? I would
Ooh,
love
yes.
to see
Awesome.
it.
Yeah.
And what
I
a
would love to
how
see
fun to
that.
know the history of it.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay.
So if someone wants to make something, we did it. Not a queen size, folks.
No.
You can do it as a pillow. Get the idea of how it all comes together. Give your hand.
And
give
then
it a
you
try.
you can do a queen
Yeah.
size. You could do it whatever
Absolutely.
size with this
Yeah.
same method.
Okay,
So,
same technique.
Same
You
technique.
can change whatever size you want
Yes,
it to be.
exactly.
It could be little small ones. Okay.
Yes, we're actually going to
All
show
right.
you a little. We're going to show
Okay.
you a little small one just because
Let's do it.
sometimes this table gets really big.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move that down out of the
Okay.
way. Okay. So this is the fabrics that I have. So we're just going to use this as a reference because what we have right here is what you have to create. And you're going to be like, what in the world? And you've got all of these flaps. It's like a little flap book for your kids.
An origami.
Yeah, okay. So this is what we are trying to create.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna pull this aside and I'm gonna show you a little one just because it gets a little big. So you're gonna start with a square that is this. We lost the other one, okay? So just a regular square. This one I think is a 10-inch square. You're gonna fold it in half and you're gonna make 2 seams. Zoop, zoop, just like
Yep,
that.
just like that.
You have to say that.
Okay, yeah, you do. Absolutely, you do.
Zip, zip. Okay, and then this is kind of like when you box the corners, you're gonna make those 2 seams kiss. You're just gonna reach over and you're gonna pull this out, and those 2 seams are going to kiss like
Okay.
this. And you're like, what in the world am I sewing? Am I making a fortune cookie?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I'm making a dumpling or
Well,
something.
something like that, okay? So when you get to this point, you're going to sew across it. You're gonna sew, and I like to sew over the seam and then stop and do a little back stitch.
Because we're leaving an opening.
Yep, we're gonna leave an opening. We're gonna skip about an inch or 2, and then we're going to sew the very end of this.
Okay,
so that
Cheri.
that ends there.
Let's go over that step one more time
Okay.
for everyone
Okay.
because this is
This
very
is
different.
This is the trickiest
This
part.
is very different. And once you do 1 or 2, you're going to get the hang of this,
Yeah,
right?
and
it's not going to be
for the
hard at
pillow,
all.
you only need to do 4. So you do 1 or 2, and you're halfway there.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we're starting out with a square.
With a square,
We're folding it in half.
Yep,
Right sides together.
yep, just like that.
And then zoop, zoop,
Zoop, zoop.
right? We're doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance on both sides.
Yep.
Now I'm going to pull
Kiss.
it out and kiss these seams.
Yep.
Mwah. Okay. But then we sew to here and just a little over the seam.
Just because that bulk is nice to have it all tucked in and taken care of. If you don't, that's fine too. But it kind of helps when you turn it to have all that tucked in better.
I could see that. So when we do that, what are we creating?
What are we creating? Not a dumpling,
Nope.
but what you end up with is this right here. So this one we've pressed. And when you do press it, do you see what we have now?
We have a square.
We have a square.
Okay,
and
hold on.
there's our little opening.
Okay. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. Okay, now we need to turn that right side out.
Okay. Would you like me to do that?
Yeah, let's flip that because we wanted to show how you do that. Just really easy.
Is this where we could use an R&K
We
turning
could use an
tool?
R&K
Is my
turning tool
guess?
because we got some little corners. I know.
We're going to poke those little
Yep,
corners
poke
out.
those corners out. And if you haven't pressed it before, you're still just going to find those corners where the seam is.
I would, yeah.
And you can press it either way,
I would,
either before or after.
I'm telling you, I would be pressing all day long.
Would you?
Absolutely. A nice flat press with some steam on that baby.
Yes. Okay, so here is what we have. Oh, one corner that refuses.
course.
The R and K turning tool got it, the best of it though.
There we go.
So
Okay.
there it is. We're gonna press that. Should we have Suzanne press it
I
for
can
us?
press.
Yes.
Where did the opening go?
It's
Oh, it's right there, but you don't even
But
see
see
It just
it.
kind of hides.
See how when the seam
Yeah.
is done, it
Wow,
just
you
kind
don't
of
even see it.
it
Okay.
lays right where it is. Okay, so
Okay.
Suzanne's gonna press it.
Okay. All right, so she's over at our Laura Star iron, giving it a nice good press. And
you
yes,
go.
that
Okay,
looks
look
great.
how beautiful that is.
Okay.
Okay, now you do not want to see those ugly seams.
No.
So we're gonna flip it over and we are going to pull all of the points into the middle. So this is like making your cootie catchers when you were a kid.
I remember those.
You've got to write something on the inside of all those. Oh, you could.
I am
That'd be
going
fun.
to have 16 children. What? I am going
You better
to.
get busy.
You're going to marry a millionaire.
Yes, yes, exactly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're making a little pocket here. It is a cootie catcher.
It
Oh,
is.
my
Those
goodness.
fortune tellers.
Yes.
Oh, wow, I forgot
Depending
about
on what
those.
elementary you went to and how bad the boys were.
There you go.
So,
All right, here
so
we go.
got that. And look, all those points come to the center,
Yeah.
just like that. So we're going to have Suzanne press that one more
Okay.
time for us.
Okay. Like I said, you guys, it's like a little bit of origami going
It
on
is.
here,
It
right?
is. And we know you guys all made cootie catchers, so you are just like
Man,
halfway
You know
there.
what? You took me right back down memory lane, Cher.
I know.
Wow. Okay, so we have
Oh, that's
all
not
of these
pressing very
little
well.
squares that have now been folded in, just like
Yep.
origami, right? And then we're putting all of those
All right.
squares together.
Yes.
Get to stay down.
That's
of course,
all right.
But, you know.
So this
Okay.
is what it looks like.
Okay.
So all of your pieces are together. Now we're going to switch to the bigger one, and it's going to be harder to see a little bit, but trust the process here.
Okay, trust the
Because what I have is this is actually going to be just like this.
Oh,
See?
see? Same theme,
same,
folks.
same. We just
All
made
right.
it so you could see it a little bit easier.
Okay.
And you're going to make 4 of them.
Yes.
So here's my little spot on the back with the little, see?
Opening.
The little opening, okay? So I have 4 of them, and I have to sew them together. And so I'm gonna do a 4 patch. So this one first, and I'm just going to fold these 2 up. I would pin them,
Oh, absolutely.
I did,
okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
I did little clips just so I could keep
Yes.
that seam straight.
Yep. So, and you're going to, it's already pressed, so you're just gonna sew right down here
So when
to
you do
here.
that, guys, this is
Yep.
how you're going to sew it. You gotta play with this, and you show it who's boss.
Yes, because, and you have all these flaps kind of
Yeah.
blowing in the wind, like little bat wings there.
Gotta
So
put that right there.
you have that going.
You
so you're gonna,
you cannot sew it like this.
No.
It's not going to work.
No,
You gotta
no, yeah.
flip it
Flip
over
it over.
like this and sew right there. Okay.
And then you're gonna do that to the second set. And then what you're going to do is you're gonna have this 4 patch, and you need to do these. So these ones are done. These ones will be done too, and we're just gonna lift this up. And now we're gonna go across 2. So I would definitely pin this. If you've pressed it, you can see those, but it's also nice to have this little point, because you know, like, here I am, and this is where I'm going.
Now, Cheri,
and here I am, and that's where I'm going.
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, wait a minute. Where did these
These-
fabrics? Don't
Yeah,
don't
look
pay
at those
attention.
yet. We'll look at this side.
Okay. all right. Because I'm going, whoa.
But you didn't see that.
Whoa,
When does that come into play?
Not
Not
yet.
yet. We're just getting our
But see,
squares
Yep.
put together
Yep.
with
See?
the flaps.
And look, like all of these flaps are still here.
Yep.
So that's kind of like the base of your pillow. You know, that's
Yes.
the base where you're
Yep.
going to make the design on top of that.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. Now what?
So then, all of this, you've got a 4 patch essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna open up, we'll open up to the blank side because we don't want to confuse Kris.
Wait a minute.
Thank you so much. Yes.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put these smaller pieces in, and we're just gonna lift up these flaps, and we're gonna say, okay, and these can match, these can be different, these can go any way you want, and these are going to become your inner cathedral windows. So I put them down. That's how I do them. I'm going to fold my flaps back, just like this, and you're like, wow, I can't even see them.
Right.
It's amazing. All that work for nothing.
Exactly.
And at this point, you're going to sew this down. Now, you can either do a little hand stitch and just stitch across each of these points, but you can also go to your machine, because we all know that we don't want to use a hot glue gun, and so the machine's going to be the next easiest thing.
Absolutely.
And we're going to do a little stitch that goes a 1/4 inch here. So a 1/4 inch, and I went a 1/4 inch, and then I sewed over, brought this one right up to that point and did a 1/4 inch, and then I went back.
Cheri, did you feel like you needed to pin these in place?
I did spray base, so
Okay.
you can
All
either
right, 'cause
use.
I'm going, how's that staying
You
here?
don't have to, but it does help.
Okay.
It does help.
I use
so,
glue stick.
Yep.
You
So
use
you
a
can
glue
glue
stick.
glue
Okay.
stick or a spray base, and you can put them down. So super easy either way. But because these kind of come up and over it, and they're only going to be there for a second.
Yeah, trust
Yeah.
the process on this, guys, because I know you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why aren't these pieces sewn together?
Yeah.
Well, because pretty soon you're going to realize that they didn't have to be.
Nope, they
because
do not have to be.
Those seams are not going to be shown. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got those under, and we do our little tag down. You're going to do that in all 4 squares, and like magic.
Amazing.
Look, see how those are tacked down, and
Yeah.
it's just a little teeny stitch. I would
Okay.
probably cut your thread. That's
Yeah.
I mean,
you could do that.
that's kind of slacking. All right. So now we have this, and we are going to bring in our big cathedral windows, our outside cathedral windows,
Okay.
and we are going to place these over this center one,
Now
not where you're
We
not where you're
promise this is
connected.
all in the pattern
Yep,
too, because
yes.
this is a
Where they
lot
all
of
join
information.
together.
Okay, so over this where you have not the the flaps are sewn together. So this will go here, like this.
And are you going to spray base this as well?
Yeah. Do we
Okay.
want to spray, or maybe we can
Yeah,
glue
let's,
stick it,
let's do.
because spray base can get a little.
That's
See?
why.
Yep.
I kind of like this. This works.
works.
Yeah.
You know, another thing you could also do is you could put heat and bond on this.
You could. I would be hesitant to do it just because
Why?
you have a lot of layers.
Oh, okay.
Like you have.
Like the fact
Yeah.
that it would.
Like you have two things of fabric here, a third, a fourth, a fifth. You have 6
that's
layers
true.
of fabric.
Yeah, that could get pretty
Yeah.
thick. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to put all of our big outside cathedral windows on.
Have you ever thought about just using a little tiny, like in the center of that, a little tiny small piece of heat and bond could hold that in
Oh,
place?
it could. It
That
could.
would work.
Yeah, because that's not where you're trying to sew.
And that's not where you're sewing, yeah.
That's a good idea.
That would work.
But this glue is working great too.
Yep.
The glues
These
Yeah.
are
perfect.
really pretty. Oh, you know, I can see this done in so many different fabrics.
Oh,
and
yes.
gosh, this would be beautiful. This would even be fun for a Halloween or Halloween pillow. I know that sounds a little strange, but if you had all of this in black and then you put oranges and purples and greens as the squares, oh my gosh, that would be so fun.
Or your trick or treat bag.
Yeah. You are not going to spend this much time on a trick or treat bag. No.
Yes, for myself.
I would have it filled with candy all the time.
There you go. All right.
Okay, so these are our outside cathedral windows.
There's only 4 of them.
Yep, there's only 4 of them. So, and you can match them. Kind of, we did a little pattern here where we did the 2 and the 2. It is up to you. They can all 4 be different. They can be same color. They can be completely different. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. So now what you're doing is, because these are tacked down, you're going to be able to roll this back
That's so fun.
and look at what starts to happen.
What?
We have just
You have a curve.
a curve, because it's going to come down to the points, and it's going to do that on all 4 of these.
And the fabric itself, it's on the bias right there. It's
Yes.
stretching, so
Yes.
it does an actual perfect curve for you.
Wow.
It's really
Isn't
fun.
that pretty?
It's really fun.
And look what happens as we curl these back.
You've got
We
a
see our
surprise.
inner
Yes,
cathedral
we sure
winners.
do. We sure do.
So, and that's what's happening is we curl this back and sew this, it is sewing this one down also.
Okay, come on.
So-
There's got to be some ahas going on at home, right? You got to. This is a little bit magical, I think.
It
is.
is.
It is.
It is.
And the fact that I didn't have to sew behind this.
Yep. And you don't have to hand sew anything.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because what is the trick to having a really good looking edge finish?
Ooh, we're going to tell you in just a minute.
Okay. Okay. I got a feeling you've got some answers
Yeah,
for
we
us.
got some answers. So
Okay.
obviously you're going to sew all of those down, and that's what you end up with.
Wow.
Is this where all of your, and then you can see we also added in our side corners, and that's optional. It looks beautiful without. If you didn't want it here, you could also leave out this inner window piece.
You know what the best part about this is, Cheri and Suzanne? The buttons.
I know.
I know her buttons are
Buttons
darling.
in the middle, because I know one of the things that kind of get us hung up sometimes is having all of those points come in absolutely perfect. And chances are they're not going to be perfect.
They're not, but you know what? They are pretty dang close.
Yeah.
They really are. With this technique, I felt like
Yeah.
they came in pretty close.
But the button is
The button,
like
yeah,
your,
it's just like,
it's
mwah.
like your little chef's kiss.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
And it adds another layer of texture and cuteness
Exactly.
to it. So.
I love that.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at another method, just because we want to kind of talk about this one,
Just for kicks and giggles?
just for kicks and
Okay.
giggles.
What are you going to show us?
Okay, so what if I just have a charm pack and I want to create it?
Okay.
I can do that by taking my piece and then taking two of my pieces I'm going to use to create my cathedral
Okay,
windows.
let's show them how it started though. Right
Yep,
here.
right there.
Fold it in half, wrong sides together.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it doesn't, did I cut that piece wrong? Yes, this piece. Let's go with the blue pieces. They're the right size.
Okay.
The red ones are the inner cathedral windows. There
Got
we
it.
go. That makes more sense.
It's like,
Okay.
that's not going to fit.
There we go. So those just go right on there like that. And you're like, wow, I have a white block now. And you are going to lay all of these out and create your windows. So if I was doing this, I would do my next one, and I would lay it like this, and then like, and then like this. So you have to pay attention to this. Like when I sew these together, my big piece is going to go here.
Oh, right.
And so I need to have these points formed together. So I would do two like this, and I would do two on the opposite to sew together. And when I sew them, you have to sew all three pieces in. Don't just think you're going to be lazy and sew this, because my friend told me that doesn't work.
Okay.
So
Good job, friend. Good job, friend.
because you need to be able to catch that corner too.
Yes, I
And
can
so
see that. Yeah.
you're going to come down and you're just going to catch this little baby corner right there on both sides.
So, are you telling me that we could do this?
Yes.
Wow, that is easy.
Yeah, so that's all you have to do for that. And then this is creating your inner cathedral window is this color, and this is your cathedral window, and you would have an outer cathedral window that you would add on there.
And that would go
Yep.
there. Oh my goodness. Now, Cheri, would you recommend that before we sew this down, would you recommend gluing or pinning this?
You can. You're only working with 5 inches of space, and it has kind of that natural curve because like these are going to be in the seam, so these are going to be tacked down, and so you can, but it's really not that hard.
Did you actually just curve it as you went?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause
Okay.
It's amazing. It kind of has a natural with that
does.
bias
It just
on
wants
there.
to do that.
It does,
just
yeah.
wants to do that.
Wow.
Okay, so let's
Okay.
take a look at this one right here because this
I can't
is
wait to see.
This one's so cute.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I love this. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So you can see, here's my little, where I sewed these, and I've got like kind of the little pockets, and I created like, this is going to be one of my big windows. This is going to be a smaller window. So if I come up here and put this down, then I am ready to just roll this back and sew it.
So Gail said on YouTube, she said, so is this like a cheater method? Because I think it looks great.
It's the real method.
It's real.
There are no cheater pants.
It's the convenience method. Yes, I love that. And it does look good.
It
You're
does
right,
look good.
Gail.
Yeah. And then these can go on your corners, and once again, it's the same thing. And on lining these up, line them up to the edge here.
Okay. Because
it's going to roll over. Because
Okay.
you kind of tend to be like, oh, I need to center it. But no, you want that raw edge right along that raw edge there. So, and it will just roll back.
This is actually a very striking pillow.
Yep. And you can see on this one,
Love that.
this,
See how those corners.
we put the batting under it, and then we put the background fabric. And so if you look at this, it's actually quilted as you go.
It sure is.
So
Yeah, Kathy is asking, will the edges fray? No, because these are, this is on the fold.
Yep, this is the folded bias edge.
Yep.
So-
those edges won't fray, and this edge is going to be covered with the
Either a binding
the
or a
outline
pillow.
stitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, you won't have to worry about that one bit, Kathy. That's
Yeah.
a great question, though.
It is a great question.
Okay. Wow.
All
I
right.
love this. Okay.
So you asked a good question.
Yes.
You're like, wait, is this hard to sew them down?
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't pin them. So
Okay.
you had asked me. You said, I want you to find out what is the very best foot to use for this.
I sure did.
And we have some answers. So the first one I started with is the end foot, and they have a graphic of that so you can kind of see what the end foot looks like. And of course I started with it because it was on my machine, you guys. Let's not do anything extra. So the end foot actually worked pretty well. And with this, you can either sew with your bias edge on the left or the right, because
Okay.
there's not a flange
Sure.
or anything you're working with.
Sure.
I would say that I had to get my stiletto out. So this foot has a companion notion of the stiletto, because as it goes
yeah.
under,
I
you're
used it.
having to put that foot
I
down.
actually think the
use the
stiletto is
stiletto
a
for
great
all of it.
tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But more so with this foot than the other ones I'm going to show.
Interesting.
Okay, our next foot. This is one I thought would work so well, and this is the quilt binding foot. And if you look at the quilt binding foot, it has a ridge on the bottom. And so on the left side, it's holding it down, and it has a spot for that binding to kind of go. So this one you would only want to use in this direction. It did not work as well as I thought it would, but it still worked.
Okay.
Okay, still wanted the stiletto.
So it was okay,
It was
but
okay.
it wasn't your favorite.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
good to know.
Okay.
Tell us what's
so
next.
our next one, I looked at this one and I thought, oh, this is going to be a good one because it kind of looks like another one I want to use, but this one usually comes with your machine.
Oh.
And so it is the blind stitch foot. And the blind stitch foot has got a little guide, but in the middle of your sewing space, it has a little
bar.
a bar that your stitches are formed on when you're doing the blind stitch.
Yep.
And so you had to kind of do it from only on this direction, otherwise you were trying to sew into the little bar. So this one, wah, wah, do not use this one. It was
Okay.
way too hard.
Okay.
Okay, so now
to
we
know.
have another foot that is the edge joining foot.
Ooh, this has got to be a good one, right?
Yes,
It's
I loved this one.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got a guide that shows us the middle, and then I can move my needle either to the left or to the right, depending on which side I'm sewing on and that. And so it made it really, really easy to hold the fabric down. I didn't feel like I needed my stiletto as much. And I had that guide that put
Yeah.
me right on the money
Can we
with
show
moving it.
something here on camera? I don't know if we can get close enough for you to see the difference, but this one is the blind hem foot.
No, that's, yes.
This one is the blind hem foot it has that bar in the middle, where this one looks almost exactly the same, but the difference is it has that opening.
Yeah.
So that's what makes the biggest difference, because you can clearly see where you're going.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I have one more foot.
Okay. Oh.
One more.
Do you have one that you liked even more?
Well, I'll tell you. So let's look
okay.
at it. Let's look
Okay.
at it up close.
Okay.
And we have the, what was this one? This was the edge joining
edge
and
joining.
the, there it is.
The
Stitch in the ditch. I was like, the name is gone. Starts with an S. Come on, guys, you got it. The stitch in the ditch.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this
Okay.
one is they are equal.
Really?
Yes.
So
I would
either
not
one-
have thought that.
Yes.
Okay.
So edge joining and stitch in the ditch are equal. Now, stitch in the ditch, we do have our little button. And I thought I would like that and it would make it a little bit better, but it wasn't really helpful because you're not going over the bulk of the seams as
Okay.
much.
Okay.
So, but they were both equal. They both have kind of that guide in the middle and they both have an opening. And they both
Okay.
held it down well as they stitched.
Wow.
So it was a tie.
Okay, that works. I mean, I love both of those feet, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, the stitch in the ditch is you have a little bit wider, you know, so you're have more.
You can see it a little bit better.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But, you know, if you really are running into where your seams are kind of bumpy, you can push the little button in and it
Yes.
will hold steady.
Yes,
So
I love that.
they kind of,
Love that.
I would, you might.
Either one.
Yeah, either
is
one.
what you're saying.
Yep.
I love this. Someone was asking in the comments about which machine brand are these feet for? Well, the ones that we're showing today are for brother or baby lock. However, every machine brand has a stitch in the ditch foot. They all have an edge joining foot. They might be different names, but
Yeah.
they do have these.
And I
kind
would
of
say
feet.
most of them come with the blind hems, the blind
The
hem.
blind hem foot.
But and it looks so close. That's why I thought, oh, it's going to work. And,
Yeah.
and that's usually one that's included. But
Okay,
Wah,
wah, wah. Well, you know what? I can tell, and I don't think we'll be able to tell very well on the camera because you have white thread with the white fabric, but that looks fantastic.
Yep.
I mean, that is a beautiful, beautiful edge there. And so even if you're not doing the cathedral window, this is good information to know for if you're going to be doing binding.
yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just binding on a regular quilt. If you want to get nice up and close, but just have it be so perfect, these are the feet to use.
They are. And with the binding, though, I would throw it back in the binding foot because it does a great job.
Okay.
It holds it down. It's really a wide foot, and so it holds them down really well. But
Wow.
it didn't work as well for this.
Wow.
So I was
Okay.
surprised.
Well, I think that's the ticket. I think you've got to, find the tools that fit
Yes.
for what you're working on. And I love that you kind of did the homework for us. Thanks,
did.
Cheri.
You're welcome.
So now we don't have to worry about whether oh my goodness, I just lost something. Sorry. Sorry, Eric. He's probably going, what did I just hear in my ears? But really, it's truly about just having the tools that work for you. And Cheri's done the legwork for you to figure it out what worked best for her. So I think that is excellent. Okay. Who's going to give it a try? You know what I always say.
Superstars. You are gonna be superstars.
Exactly. And I always say, life is too short not to try all the things. And you know what? This is one of those bucket list projects, perhaps, that you're thinking,
Yeah.
you know what? I've never tried a cathedral window. I want to give my hand at it. Well, do a pillow. It's
Yep.
easy. It's fast.
Yep.
so
Do this kit. Look how adorable
yeah,
this is.
this kit's beautiful. If
Yeah.
you are looking for the pattern or for the kit, you can find both of those on our website at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. Be sure to search for As Seen on Three Themes Live, and we'll have that in that category right there. So thank you, Cheri. This was really
welcome.
fun.
That's awesome.
I love this. Now, Suzanne, you've been playing with this as well.
Yes, I
and
have.
Stick around for theme number 3 because she's going to share with us the one change, just one change to make, and it's going to give a whole new look to your cathedral window. We'll be back in just a moment. We're gonna show you how to do these cute tumblers. They're so simple and they look like they were store-bought. First thing is, you want to get a blank tumbler. You print out the file. All I did was I cut it out right on the line. You wanna have heat-resistant tape. Hold this, I'm pulling it up to the top because I don't want to have any white showing at the top. And then I bring my other piece over. I want to put this as tight as possible. And now I'm going to go all the way down. But you're just taping all around this edge. I'm going to now go like this, just to get it nice and sealed.
okay.
Let's now do the bottom. And
Oh, you gotta do the bottom too?
yeah. Okay, guys, this
Why
is
do
the
you have a
tumbler
glove
press.
on?
I have a glove because it's gonna get really hot. I'm gonna put this right in here. That's it, and you're done. Now this is very, very hot.
Wow.
Ah! How cute!
But it also gives yourself a sense of confidence.
Stop struggling and start learning how to quilt and sew with us on 3 Things Live.
Over the last couple of weeks, we learned about flying geese, what rulers to use, rotary cutters, adding toppers to tea towels, and so much more.
I love this.
4 of us here took on the Carrot Challenge, but used different machines to make something unique.
Watch and tell us who you think should take top carrot.
Way to go, way to go.
Nice.
So what are you waiting for? Click the links below to catch up on what you missed, or watch us live on Facebook or YouTube every Monday through Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain or 3 p.m. Eastern. You guys are going to lose your minds.
Remember, 3 Things Live is where we always have something to make you smile
Something to learn.
and something to discover.
Let's go.
A round of
Queenie.
applause. Way to go.
Yes. Alrighty, welcome back everyone to 3 Things Live. Such a cute pillow. Thank you, Cheri, for walking us through step by step on how to do this. And we hope that you were able to learn a few tips along the way as well. And for those of you asking if the pattern is free in the club, yes it is. Yes it is, my friends. So yay, club, exactly. So cue the confetti, there we go. All right, so I've been teasing and saying, what is the one change you can make that's going to give this a whole new look? What is it, Suzanne?
It's going to be color.
Color.
And we have the queen of color.
Exactly. Who better to talk us through this little discovery than
I like
Suzanne? Yeah, tell us what you did here. Wow, you've been having fun.
I did. I had to check. I had to do this a couple of times, so I feel like I'm an expert on this. I did not put my buttons on yet because this one I want to use here. Let me go ahead and put that right.
Okay.
I want to make. What did I call them? Oh, I just left my brain. The little.
Covered buttons?
No, it's like the
Yo-yos.
Yo-yos. Yeah.
Oh, yo-yos. That's a great idea.
We're bad today. Huh?
Okay. I love that idea.
So this is more traditional as far as a cathedral window goes.
Gorgeous.
In the 30s, how you were saying, they didn't have a lot of good fabric. They had a lot of muslin. That was usually the background that did the frame of the window. Excuse me. So I took this and I kept it in a really low volume, low contrast kind of colors.
I
And
love this.
I thought it was just so fun to do. Now, if you look at it, I left out the little triangle right here as well, because it gives me more of the subdued muslin color in there. So
that's beautiful.
I thought
Very
that was
stunning,
fun.
very elegant.
I felt like it was.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here comes color.
Here comes high contrast.
Okay. Wow.
Now my points are kind of nasty, but I got to put black buttons in there.
Oh, stop.
But
okay.
honestly,
Here we go.
when I first made this one, actually you can see I did not finish this part right here. But I was in such a rush. So
Oh,
don't
my
look at that
goodness.
corner.
Okay.
But
You know what? I bet no one even saw it.
I did. I had this fabric from ages ago, and I thought, what better to work with stained glass than stained glass fabric?
Exactly.
Isn't that so beautiful?
So I will just draw from this. This
Okay.
gives you such good high contrast.
Yes,
I mean,
it does.
the dark
Yeah.
really is
It
different.
pops.
I mean, look at it
It
compared
pops.
to that. You know, it really.
Yeah. Wow, this is amazing. Cheri, this could be for your trick-or-treat bag that you're going to be
There you
making.
go.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be stunning?
It would be.
You know,
It's
the fun thing
gorgeous.
about it is that all these are just little scraps.
Yeah,
You know?
they are.
And you could put so many cute Halloween prints in there. So that's our high contrast.
Okay, so again, I do love the fact that you use the black. That definitely resembles more of a stained, glass, doesn't it?
outer
Yep.
edge. So.
Ooh.
So here's what that I felt.
okay.
This is also pretty high contrast,
Okay.
but a more subdued, more calm fabrics in the background. And again, I left this part just so I could have more of the navy, the deeper feel with this one to give me the outline. And it's kind of fun to do that because it gives me a different design.
Yeah.
Then this one's got all the color
Well,
and all the edges.
Right. I mean, look at this, you guys. This is
That
this
square
has
pops
a
out.
completely different design than this, but it's yet the same pattern.
Right. You're right. I never really noticed that, but if you look at it, you see this. And
yes,
then,
more of a square.
right.
More, yeah. Ooh.
Which is kind of fun, huh?
I love that. Yeah, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's
So,
gorgeous.
yeah, that was a fun one. Now
That's
here's
gorgeous.
my.
Heidi's loving the little blue crab on there.
Isn't that fun? I can't even remember where I got
This
that
also
from.
reminds me of our older casserole dishes,
Right?
right?
Corningware. Yes, corningware.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All
Now
right.
here's my solids.
Okay. Ooh.
No.
This would also make a great bag.
Yes, it would. Oh my
I
goodness.
had okay, I put that together and I thought, that's kind of dull. But then I thought, I love that green. If you have a color you love, I'm thinking.
If you're looking for fluorescent glow in the
Yeah.
dark, this is
Honestly,
it.
you can't find that fabric anywhere. I can't remember where I bought that ages ago.
Do you know how
That's
cute that
amazing.
would be in a quilt coat?
Yes.
I know. As I
Yes.
was putting these together, I thought you could do. So, I thought this would be perfect for the back of, but it's kind of big for the back of a jacket. But you could make a cool quilt coat with that. So, but this with the white. That just really makes, to me, the white pops out.
Yeah.
You know, it just stands right out. And you see that design, like the flower. If I'd have used a little quieter color, it probably would have faded more. But I thought, I love that green.
Tambra
so.
says, okay, I love them all. She loves them all.
I
and
know.
I saw that Becky in the comments said how much she loves your patriotic one
Yes.
That one is
as
so
well.
beautiful.
So there's so many different variations you can do. And again, it's all the same pattern, same technique. Just
Yes.
color is what makes the biggest
Color
difference.
placement. Like if you
Yeah.
choose, like if I had chosen different outer edges out here, what if I put red there? That would look so pretty. It would be more like
Yes.
your patriotic one. So
It certainly would. Wow.
don't give up. You know, don't give up on this pattern until you've tried it with different
Yes,
colors.
Yes.
I mean, just give it a couple of chances. Yeah,
Linda shares that she would love it in boutiques, and that would be gorgeous.
would
that
be
would be
beautiful.
really rich.
And once you do those 4 squares, like
Yeah.
the first time, you're going to be like, well, that's not that hard.
No,
It's really
It's
not.
really not that hard.
It's one of those things that it definitely looks harder than it is.
Yep.
But just remember, you've got to be patient with yourself and take your time in doing it so that you can enjoy the process. If you're trying to get something like this done in a hurry, you're not going to have as much fun with it, will you?
No, you won't. And I mean, it's pretty forgiving when you come right down to it, especially since, okay, so my points aren't beautiful if you look at that, but I know I'm going to be putting something over that.
Yes.
There are other
Yes.
ways of doing it where you don't
Yes.
have to worry so much about that. But honestly, I feel comforted knowing that those little
You have
foibles
you have a
and-
lifesaver
I
behind
do,
you,
I
right?
do. Yep.
Okay,
So-
wow.
Throw her a
anyway.
lifeline.
Well,
It
thank
was
you.
super fun.
You got to show us how you put it together into pillows and put it around your home or something. because
I thought to myself, I'll just go ahead and make these for, I'll give them to each of my kids.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So.
Oh, they're so beautiful. Wow. What do you all think? Let us know in the comments. Was there something that stood out to you that was a favorite of yours? Would you go the faux technique that Cheri showed last, where she, just did the folded in half and then did it that way? Or would you go with the other way? Both of them, neither of them are traditional. necessarily.
But we didn't want to
but
hand stitch.
We didn't want to
No
do the
hand
hand
stitching.
stitching. But you know what? Shout out to Connie's mama
I
out
know.
there who years ago made it, because I'm sure it's gorgeous.
Oh, I
and,
bet it is.
and Connie gave me the thumbs up in the comments that said she
We'll
would
be
post a
watching for
picture.
it.
So absolutely. All right, everyone. We hope you enjoyed today's show. Thank you so much to the two of you for putting this all together for us. This was absolutely fascinating. And Belinda says she likes the yo-yo idea. See, are your minds just spinning right now? Because there are so many possibilities with the one pattern. Again, if you're interested in it, you can find it at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com, as seen on 3 Things Live. Know that the pattern is also found free in the club. We do have kits for this gorgeous pillow, which is absolutely stunning. So lots of possibilities. You know what I'm thinking? Even this one, Mother's Day is coming up right
that'd be
around the
so
corner.
fun.
Wouldn't that be gorgeous for
Yes.
the moms in our
I'm
lives
looking at
or
that
the
and
women in
thinking
our
it
lives?
It feels so. What did we just do? It was Jane Austen.
Oh, Jane
it feels
Austen, like,
Jane
yes,
Austen-y
it
to me. It's
certainly
beautiful.
does. It certainly does. Hey, before we end today's show, we would like to remind you that we have an upcoming book club coming up. I see you guys are starting to read it. It makes me so happy because it's one of my favorite books of all time now. I can say that with certainty. It's called Theo of Golden by Alan Levi. And I promise you, it's going to change the way you see life and see other people. So I'm very excited for you to all give it a read or give it a listen. You can find it on Audible as well. And pretty soon, in the next month, it'll be sometime in April, we'll let you know the exact date. But
Ooh, so I have time to reread
you
it.
do have time to reread, which I'm doing right now. I'm actually rereading as well because I enjoyed it so much. But we will have a future 3 Things Live that is based around that book and a project that was inspired by the book, which is always a lot of fun too. So, all right, friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep doing all the things you love, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.